fingers in. Is this that one?
I don't know.
I hope so.
It's also probably the one that I originally drank out of, so. Yeah. Cheers. All right.
That's disgustingly smooth.
I don't know if we're calling this the Jony Horror Podcast or the Jony Jawscast.
Jawscast?
The Jawscast. The Jony Jawscast?
Sounds like we're on the cast. That's what I should have called it, the Jawscast.
That's all my dreams right there. I would very much like to have been on that boat. That would have been a miserable time that I look back on fondly. I don't know. Who knows? But with me is the one, the only, Brian Calvert. Hot damn.
Oh, this video, I forgot.
Yes, there's video as well.
Hi.
Hi.
The audience that you heard.
We're doing this in front of a live studio audience.
That's why you couldn't.
Hi, Mom. Yeah. We finally made it big. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, of course. Love it. Excited.
I know
Didn't love that movie, but
we'll get to that in a minute. I know you're a little bit peeved that you weren't my first, second, and third, and fourth, and fifth guest, but, you know.
There's been 5 already.
Yeah, the fifth one, as of this recording, the fifth one has been recorded, but it has not been released yet, so. But I've recycled some guests, so you're like not even, yeah. I mean, you know, Caitlin's been on twice.
Other people have already gone back for seconds before everyone has hit the buffet. Hey, neat. Okay. Quiet cruise ship etiquette, but okay.
So yeah, we're gonna be this limited series of podcasts is going to be specifically about the Jaws films. We're going to take them one at a time, and we're going to dissect them, talk about how we feel about them, talk about a little bit of the making of, if I don't like certain movies, like the original Jaws, when we get to it, I don't even know what I would be able to bring to the table that hasn't been fucking done to death. But, Brian, since you are our first-time guest, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and how your relationship with the ocean and how you feel about sharks?
Oh, God. That's a lot. It's a loaded question.
To say the least.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been in the ocean forever, since I was just a wee little lad. Surfed pretty much my whole life, so natural fear of sharks and the ocean itself. I've only seen one when I was surfing. It was not a great white.
Thank God.
Thank God. It's like a 8-foot thresher shark. Still terrifying.
Yes.
Still got out of the water.
They have attacked people before. And
yeah, luckily they've got a smaller mouth.
Yeah, their tail is really the thing you need to worry about.
Yeah, you just see them thrashing around out there. It'll wake you up. But yeah, other than that, you know, ever since I started hanging out with you and watching these movies, I don't surf nearly as often these days.
You're welcome. I've saved your life so many times you don't even know.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Sharks are terrifying. It's never good. I've definitely scared people in the lineup before with like a rogue dolphin. I saw a fin. Was that guy crawling shark out in the lineup, I guess.
The boy who cried shark. The Brian Calvert story.
Looks at you like you're a fucking jackass. Like, yeah, all right, better safe than sorry, guys. Whatever. I don't know what to tell you.
We also have this rapport of sending each other things on social media that it's, if it's not
horrible
alligators, it's great white sharks, it's just anything
horrible
that you're
habit.
just like, oh yeah, just to remind you, this is what happens underwater, and it's terrifying.
I haven't been in the ocean in a very long time already.
Yeah. But
between work and hockey and whatnot, I haven't had the time, and then you keep sending me these terrible videos of great whites just like being alive. I'm like, I probably won't surf this weekend. There's some things I gotta do around the apartment.
The sun looks. The sun doesn't look good.
I gotta brush my teeth today. I don't have time.
God, I mean, yeah. There's just like the slow motion videos of just the sharks like moving in the water is just unsettling.
Yeah, it doesn't even, it's almost worse than the ones of them like biting something where their eyes roll back and their teeth like come out of their fucking jaws and shit. The ones where they're just cruising in dark water, so much more horrifying for some reason.
God. The latest thing I sent you was a crocodile, right? The one at like.
Oh yeah, it's like a big old fucking dinosaur, just literally again, just cruising.
Yeah, just swimming.
Like murky water.
And just like its eyes, it doesn't look natural, doesn't look real.
Like cruises past the guy too.
Like who's the asshole who's filming this? Like,
dude sitting at the bottom of some murky lake, shitting himself.
His wife, recently left him, and he's going through a dark space. So
he feels excitement.
Death by crocodile. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, God, even those videos, I don't even want to go in the ocean. There's a fucking crocodile like in the Nile or something. I'm like, hey, I gotta brush my teeth.
My dentist has been ragging on me.
Yeah, he's right in my ass right now. I can't go swimming out.
I'm too worried about these jaws right here. Ooh.
We get one row.
In a circular motion.
Yeah, right? You send these videos of their jaws like popping out and then biting on the shit. I'm like, must be nice. Must be nice.
You don't have to go to the dentist every week.
The luxury. Rubbing it in my face.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That very nice tease. I put that out there.
I mean, as terrifying as all of that is, I don't know if it's quite as terrifying as having to sit through Jaws the Revenge. Oh, see what I did there. Nice segue, Johnny. Whew.
That was painful. That was painful.
The segue or the movie?
We'll let you decide, audience.
So, Jaws the Revenge came out in 1989. Before either of us were ever born, that movie was being made by people.
Sadly.
I think it was being made by people. That was the last time a Jaws movie was released was before you and I ever existed.
Can you imagine they had just waited a couple years, consulted us?
I feel like it could not have been any worse if they had consulted two infants. I would be an infant, you would be straight out of the womb.
Your 2-year-old doesn't even speak English, and I think you could have had a better input on what happened in that film.
Yeah, okay, cool, we'll do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Checks out. Fuck.
Brian, why don't you tell me about the first time you watched Jaws: The Revenge.
So technically, the first time that I watched it was with you. That was at your old place, though. We watched it when we were doing our screenings in the garage, wasn't it? That was at your old place?
This is during COVID times.
Yeah.
And my first invite to Brian to come over to the house when there was a lull in the time frame, whatever it was like July 2020, where cases had dipped, and I was like, all right, we're cool, right?
Yeah, let's swing this shit. Fuck it.
So I invited you over to my house with the stipulation that, you know, these are our rules that we're setting for ourselves, like, ahead. So yeah, we'll be in the garage with we'll have the pool table in between us, and we'll watch it in the garage. We'll project it. You know, you don't even have to go upstairs. Cut to, comes over to my house. We're giving each other a hug. We're fucking drinking in the kitchen, talking for hours before we ever, like, watch the movie. This is Jaws 2, by the way. I invited you to come over and watch Jaws 2 the first time.
Yeah.
And then that was a lot of fun. So, like, a month or two later, I invited you to come over for a double feature.
That's right. We did not give each other COVID either.
No, we did not. Yay!
Hey!
Look at us. We're doing it. We're doing our part.
Yeah, so then the second time was the double feature, right?
Yeah.
We tried to do 3 and 4 in one night.
And
Excuse me, Jaws 3D.
Yeah, and Jaws: The Revenge.
It's not technically the 4th, right? It's just The Revenge.
It's just The Revenge. Probably because they got all bogged up in wanting to disassociate Jaws 3D as canon. So they just, instead of calling it Jaws 4, they just called it Jaws: The Revenge.
Whatever.
But yeah, how did that screening, that original screening, turn out for you?
I remember the third one, good old 3D, excuse me. And then we kept drinking, and then we were like, yeah, that's right, we're doing a double feature. Let's start the 4th one. And we started the 4th one. And watching it tonight, I do remember some of those scenes. And then I just remember both of us waking up in our respective chairs.
That we are currently sitting in right now, actually. These are the same chairs that we passed out in.
Further apart that time.
Yeah, much further apart. Right now,
respective sides of the pool table.
The germs are just being shot into each other's mouths at this point.
Our legs are crossed together, intertwined, actually.
It's cozy.
Yeah. Unlike when we watched Jaws 4. We had a whole pool table in between us.
We had beer, like, coolers on either side. Yeah, that was a good night. It was really, actually, a comfortable sleep.
It was, yeah. And, yeah, that was the first time I saw Jaws 4.
The first 25 minutes of it.
Sorry, Jaws: The Revenge.
And we were hammered out of our minds at this point. We were hammered out of our minds by the time we got to the end of Jaws 3D.
Oh, yeah. We'll cover that later.
Yeah, that's a whole other ball of wax.
I have to watch that one again, too.
Uh-huh. So, the first time I saw Jaws: The Revenge, I was, I had to be about 13 or 14 years old. I think it was 14. I was 14 years old. And I saw it on TV, and I was living with my dad at the time. And this is the first time in my life, like, because as a kid I never had cable or anything like that. So this is the first time in my life that, like, I had, like, actual, like, cable in my room. And I remember checking out a number of, like, this is, like, the first time I ever got, like, that like, 80s kid experience of staying up late, super late, and watching, like, horror movies. And I watched them all, like, late at night on TV by myself in that room. And Jaws: The Revenge.
So much sense now.
Yeah. Explains a lot.
It does.
Jaws: The Revenge was one that I think I watched on, like, the late afternoon. It had to be, like, on a TNT, like, thing where they were, like, doing a marathon of all the Jaws movies, and I watched that one, and
commercial break every 15 seconds.
Yeah, dude, fucking exhausting. Can you imagine that hour-and-a-half movie dragged out for 3 hours?
For 4 days.
So that fucking time slot. Oh, we don't have any basketball games on for the next 3 days, so Jaws the Revenge on repeat. Yeah, and so the TV edits are a little bit different. We'll dive into that a little bit later with some of the way they release stuff and do stuff. Yeah. But the version that I originally saw with the original ending that we watched post film, that's the version that I originally saw. Still very confusing.
Rightfully
but
so.
Better than in Exploding Shark. Just getting impaled and having the shark sink to the bottom of the ocean. I feel like makes a little bit more sense than the.
It really does.
Than what they went with in the theatrical cut. I don't know, but that was my first go around with Jaws: The Revenge. Even as a teenager, supremely disappointed. Just really, kind of.
Speaks volumes.
Notice the dip in quality from Jaws and Jaws 2 to Jaws the Revenge. I didn't see Jaws 3D until, I don't know, probably 5 years ago.
Oh,
so, yeah. But, so tonight we both, this is, aside from the time where we tried to watch it, a year or two ago now.
Yep.
And both passed out. This is the first time I've seen the movie start to finish all the way through since I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
First time I've seen the movie start to finish all the way through without fucking commercial breaks. So, I actually got to kind of, have a somewhat, similar experience with you. Obviously, I knew a lot of the bullshit that we were in for, but, let's break it down. What did you? Let's start. We'll start on a positive note.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that idea.
Because really, we're just gonna go down.
This isn't gonna be like a normal review, right? We don't have to be like spoiler warning, right? I mean, it came out.
No, I just feel like there's nothing to be spoiled in this movie.
I mean, I just watched it, so.
Yeah, and did anything surprise you or catch you? I mean, well, no, stuff was surprising.
There was a lot of surprising things, actually. I wish there were less surprises, unfortunately. Good God.
All right, well, what did you like about the movie?
Oh, man.
It's a short list, I would imagine.
It's a lot shorter than my dislikes, actually. At least, 2/3 shorter. Man, my favorite thing about this movie probably was that Barry Gibbs took so much time out of his professional singing career with the Bee Gees to star in a feature film as Michael. It's amazing to me. What a guy.
So, this fucking asshole is talking about the fact that Lance Guest from Halloween 2 fame was rocking a look that was very, very similar to the Bee Gees lead singer. Now that
uncanny.
He actually showed me a picture while we were watching the movie, and I
had to hit it home.
I have to say, I was not disappointed.
Mind blowing. Other than that, I like that, Michael Caine took a hiatus from his work after his employers were brutally murdered in an alleyway to go fly around and pick up floozies in the Bahamas.
To fucking go on vacation in the Bahamas.
Widowed and mourning the loss of their children of fucking 3 days. Just doing his thing, flying around.
Ellen, you gotta get over it. It's life.
It's a dance with me.
It's a terrible, like, Cockney accent that I'm doing right now. But no more terrible than fucking everyone's acting in that
Also
movie.
true.
So, you know.
The only other two things on my likes list were the fact that good old Daddy Brody had his framed portrait.
Oh, that was on your liked list.
Amity.
that was on my dislikes list.
Top of my list, actually.
Very first thing you put in.
I loved it. I'm like, wow. What a stud. It's not even like just a normal picture.
No, it's a promotional photo from the original Jaws.
It's huge.
It's
on
embarrassingly big. It's like, you're right. All the other police chiefs that we had in Amity, fuck them.
His other pictures are pretty small, and his is just this massive thing.
This guy shot up a public beach, just ranted and raved about sharks for like fucking 5 summers.
Damn near bankrupt town.
And you know what? We're gonna put his goddamn picture on the wall.
It's a fucking national treasure. Watch your fucking mouth. Do you need to go watch the movie again?
We wanted a bigger picture. It's just that our office being as quaint as it is.
The printers in Amity couldn't handle a 6x8.
They're used to the little black and white squares just littered around people's fucking fireplaces and shit like that.
Oh, fuck. There were probably other things I should have written down on my likes list. Jake's sideburns definitely made the cut, though.
Oh, God, I fucking...
I was a big old fan of those.
That was stuff that was on my dislikes list.
Damn.
I feel like we should have...
See, I'm worried here because there's a blur between my likes and dislikes. Basically, the entire movie. I'm like, man, I'm really stoked on that because it's so
bad,
fucking horrible.
I took the assignment seriously.
Fuck, that's supposed to mean.
Means I was like, all right, find something that you genuinely are like, that's good. That's good. That is good. Like, I can't. Here. There's no other side to the coin. It's just.
I'm sorry. Do you have discrepancies with my likes list?
Yeah, I got a big fucking problem with Mario Van Peebles' fucking sideburns that I thought was his actual hair for the first 15 minutes of the movie. So, stuff that I liked.
Yeah, no, please.
I say stuff. There's 2 things. I have 2 things.
Oh, I took it
and
seriously.
a laundry list of negatives. But I like the stuff that they shot in Martha's Vineyard. I think I mentioned that to you when we're watching it. That, you know, it's... Cool. They did shoot. They managed to do some stuff in Martha's Vineyard for this one. And it's like snowy and everything, and that totally works with Christmas time. You see like the town, and it just feels like, obviously it is winter when they're filming this, and it does fit like the time period and everything, and I thought that was cool. And it's cool to see that town again. Especially since you don't see that in Jaws 3D because they're just at SeaWorld the whole time.
Yeah, that was rad.
But I like that, and I like Michael Caine in this movie. I think he manages to do pretty good with all the terrible dialogue he's given.
Ugh.
And I want so bad for Hoagie to fly me around the Bahamas and tell me all of his ridiculous stories that may or may not be true.
That's the second thing on my dislike list. I haven't even rated them, but I already know that it's still going to be number 2. It might be number 1.
Yeah,
it's number 2.
You were pretty pissed off about it the whole time, actually. But yeah, I liked it. As far as as far as the acting goes, I mean, Lance Guest does all right. He definitely has his moments where
Barry Gibbs,
where it's not good, but you know, out of the main cast, he does a hell of a lot better than Lorraine Gary as Ellen Brody. I can tell you that much. Like when I see like a look of like fear or a look of sadness on his face, like I buy it. Like I find his acting to be much more credible throughout the film. Generally speaking, again, there are definitely some weak moments, but more so than anyone else in the film. But I like Michael Caine. I like the character of Hoagie. I've also read the book, and in the book, which we'll get to later, he's a badass. So and he's pretty cool in that.
A little bit better.
Yeah. Still very much the same personality and everything, but
I mean, the movie definitely needed him.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. I mean,
it needed something like that.
Yeah.
To kind of plug in there.
I totally agree, because otherwise it's just dour and sad and weird and sporadic, he does add this level of just like kind of bringing it down to earth almost, I feel like.
Yeah, like a pilot with a gambling addiction can do something like that.
He does still manage to feel more human than most of the characters
also
that
true.
Are in this film, He's trying to show Ellen a good time, trying to get her mind off of things. Yeah. He might come off a little heavy in that regard, but...
a little urgent.
Fuck your son! Come sleep with me! You only live once!
It's been 3 days, get over it! God damn!
I'm over it! I'm over it! Why can't you be here?
You want to drink 2 Bahamas, please?
We're on vacation after all.
Guy. You fucking live here.
Oh,
God. No, I hate him all over again. We should have ended on a high note with that.
Well, that just seems like a perfect segue to our next section, which is our dislikes. Please, do tell. Lay it on me. What didn't you like about this movie?
Well...
Article A.
Much to my surprise, as far as the movie starting out, I didn't think they were going to kill Sean off that fast.
It comes so fucking quick, dude.
It's basically immediate. Like, before I even could fully comprehend who he was.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm following the timeline. I see the age gap now. Right on. Wow, this guy's a huge douchebag. Dead. In like the weirdest way.
Yeah.
But still dead. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
my dislike isn't that he died. My dislike is that he's a complete douche for like the full 13 hours.
Yeah, that is, I think that's the first thing that I wrote on my list is Sean is annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, is this, I mean, this, had more people died in this movie, it would feel like a slasher movie, because that's almost what it starts out, where you're like, all right, you have this really annoying character, and then he just gets murdered terribly, and you're like, all right, he was a douche, so who's the next victim?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck that guy, I guess.
Yeah, but it comes on so strong for a character that, like, we've had, I mean, if you don't count 3D, which obviously you can't in this timeline, you still had 2 other movies with this character where, you have him in the first film as the little brother and everything, and he's really not in harm's way, but in the second one, like, he is in harm's way like the whole time on the sailboats and everything, and then you just fucking annihilate him. Now, the original concept for that was they really wanted to get Roy Scheider, to reprise his role as Chief Brody and have him be the person that got killed.
Damn.
And that I just that's just fucking disrespectful as fuck to me to just this guy who why the fuck after the second movie is that family still on the island? Yeah, after dealing with 2 fucking sharks, I would have been like, all right, cool, peace.
Yeah, go set up camp in the fucking Bible Belt and fight with a bull or something.
Yeah, never see another fucking body of water again.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, good God. I mean, I didn't like how they introduced the shark either. I mean, it is what it is. It's the 4th, 3rd, whatever fucking movie. I mean, but the best part about the first one is that you barely see the thing for X amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's so hidden and terrifying.
Yeah.
In this one, there's these weird ass scenes of the shark's view, and it's coming up and out of the water because sharks do that all the fucking time. And then the first time you actually see it, it's just immediately it's entire body's coming out of the water, taking this dude's arm off.
Yeah, I don't like anything about the shark in this movie. Not terrible. One thing about the shark can I find a redeeming quality about. It fucking lurches up and down in the ocean like it's a goddamn boat in a fucking wave pool.
It looks worse than the one at Universal Studios.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been more believable. And the thing's strapped to a Volkswagen Bug probably and just cruising around the fucking park. And I'm like, whoa, shit, damn. Thought that was a damn shark. I was a fucking dentist. This movie, I'm just like, good lord, what is that thing doing out there?
Yeah, so many shots, you just see it just fucking
it's pulsating, all this air's shooting out of its fiberglass body.
Gyrating in the ocean.
50 feet away.
It's like there's another shark underneath it that he's fucking and we don't see it.
And he's like, oh shit, I gotta go kill somebody. Hold on. Take 5. God.
But yeah, there's just so little. There's so little suspense. There's so little buildup.
Yeah.
And there's not. Had they spent, I feel like they were trying to do something oh yeah, this is gonna be shocking and crazy. Right. We do this right out the gate. We kill this character, but because you don't the character, but you don't know this actor as the character and everything, and you haven't spent enough time with him. What would we get 5 minutes before he's out on that boat?
He's cooking dinner and flirting with his mom for the whole first scene, and he's out there just all right, fuck, I'll go handle this log that's in a buoy.
Yeah, for some reason that needs to be handled.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, that comes on so quick and so just I don't know where it doesn't feel so forced. I would just imagine being in that editing room being like, well, we fucked up. It's all fucked.
We're not reshooting it. We can't afford it. Roll it out. Well, he's sitting in the boat. How did it get him? No, it's fine. Cut that scene. It got him.
Yeah, we're going to show the boat and him being thrashed to pieces and then cut back to him floating in the water, still alive and not having his face torn apart and
still just missing that arm.
Yeah.
God.
What else you got for me?
I love how every time that shark breaks water, there's blood.
Blood. Yeah, I got that one too.
Every fucking time.
Yeah. What was there? There was that in the first scene with Sean. There's blood in the water before he ever takes a bite.
Yeah. After it takes his arm off, he falls on the boat hooting like a weird little owl, thinking his arm's gone, and then it's oh, there's finally blood on my yellow fucking parka thing, but the water is just stained.
When the shark first comes up out of the water to bite his arm, before an arm has been bitten, there's fucking blood in the water, and you're like, huh?
Yeah, of course this thing needs to eat. It's internally bleeding the entire movie. It's dying. Every time it breaks the surface of the water, it's fucking hemorrhaging.
That's what it is, man. Help me!
Good Lord.
Brody family!
Yeah,
you're the only ones!
Yeah. Blood thinners. Good Lord. Or everyone else on the fucking island is, apparently. Because Jesus. Oh my God. The other thing I put down was how fast, which we talked about, everyone's just like, all right, he's dead, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, he dies, Christmas Eve? And
I think, it's like either Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, but by fucking New Year's Eve, everyone's like, Ellen, what is your deal?
Yeah. You're in the Bahamas. Get over it. You're on island time. Your son's gone. It's fine. Go dance with Alfred and get it out of your system. Forget about him. Get over it. He's got a plane and a very heavy gambling addiction. Don't worry about it. He's going to get it back on the next one. His crap tables are his. Fuck. Lord.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, your son just died. And, like, this is, like, one of the areas where, like, even Lance Guest doesn't really get, like, an opportunity to really, like, I don't know, mourn or, like, really kind of go through it.
How dare you?
Oh, this is the thing,
How
isn't it?
How dare you?
Michael running scene.
What did I write it down as? Damn it. It's gotta be Michael's sad beach run with seagulls into the sunset is what I put down. But that works too.
Yours is
he had a clean 15 seconds of mourning. He's walking on the beach with his wife, right?
Yeah.
And then just runs.
Yeah.
She asks him where he's going, and he says,
nowhere!
The seagulls fly, and they pan through the grass as he runs down the beach into the sunset with his skinny little 80s jeans on, just beating feet, feeling those emotions. God damn.
Yeah, I don't...
It's beautiful.
And then he got it all out of the system. He purged it. All right.
Yeah, he handled it.
Later, Sean.
Yeah, he tackled his emotions like a man.
I don't even think, I don't know if I do.
That's either the best or the worst scene of the whole fucking movie. I can't decide. That's what I'm talking about. They're all just blending together now.
Oh, God. If it's not the best scene, the scene with the fucking parade and the guy who clearly is not a part of the film is like waving at the camera.
He's got like this captain's hat on and he's just staring at the camera like...
He's like, I thought we were making a music video. Are we not making a music video?
Dancers and everyone are like trying to box him out of this scene. Fuck, it's back. Michael, handle this guy.
Somebody pay this man off.
Where'd you get that?
Got it from wardrobe, sir. Give him money. We have no money, sir. We spent it all on the shark. The shark looks like shit. We know, sir. We didn't have a lot of money to begin with.
Yeah, what do you want us to do? Jake doesn't even get a captain's hat. He has one with little gold frills, and it just says Bahamas on it.
He has that, and then he has like the gambler's hat on at one point, like with a little like green like tint that like is like see through. Yep. Like why?
The visor. The visor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the flip up shades too. I'm a real big fan of those. I need to get some of those. Those are nice. Right up there with Michael's Ray-Bans, the aviators.
I wanted those. You can have Jake's. I want the aviators.
Right. That's fine. Deal.
Just that way, like at any given moment, like you want to emphasize anything, just flip those up. And...
Excuse me. What you say to me? You think you can stare at the camera? What did you say?
I saw you take that fucking cash out of that book.
Oh, sorry, you wanted 2 olives. Fuck me, right? Damn, that would have been cool. Fuck.
I like that.
All right, should we talk about the father-child miming scene? I know that was a big one on your list.
Yeah, I was. I knew it was coming. Like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't remember if they actually fucking homage that. And then they do. And they do it so hard.
See,
and it never fucking ends.
God, it went on for so long. I didn't see it coming until it was like halfway through. And you were just like physically
over there fucking
sick.
fuming.
And I was just like, oh my God, that's what's that. Because then Ellen shows up and just like creepily watches by the fridge and is like nodding along like she's a fucking part of it.
She's like, yes. She's like the fucking Emperor and Jedi. She's like, do it.
Do it. Hold your hands up and then lift your finger. Do it. It's creepy. Her scene of that is fucking creepy. And then you think, all right, it's gonna end soon. And they draw it out even longer.
And do the fucking
fish
lips.
I watched it. And then they have their little moment. He hugs his daughter. Sends her to bed. Yeah. And then Ellen comes in and then talks about it more.
Yeah, that was my big thing. Like,
so
I was
worse.
like watching it. I was like, all right, cool. Just as long as she doesn't like reference it, be like, oh yeah, I remember when like you and like Sean and your dad did that. I'm like, and then she doesn't outright say it, but she's like, do you remember when you and your dad, you boys used to like do that and like with your dad? And I'm just like, who? I want to find who wrote this.
Go back to the door.
And ask
just watch from afar. You fucking weirdo.
Like, was your family being kept hostage? They had a gun to your head. You're like, all right, make Jaws. What do you mean? I want you to make Jaws.
Revenge.
I want you to make Jaws the Revenge. You're gonna make me money, and then you get your family back.
It's gonna be good. My favorite scene, the mime scene. We're gonna do it again.
All right, but we're not gonna have like Ellen watch again, are we? Because at this point, it's starting to seem like it's a fetish. Oh, she's gonna watch. She's gonna watch real hard.
And you're gonna like it.
Oh,
fuck. What else is on your list?
I had 2 more. God, there was one that I knew that we were both pretty. Yes, sir. I will have another.
Quiet down. Oh, that one's a regular.
It's all right.
I don't think that one.
All right. Thanks.
You have a preference.
Ellen's Sixth Sense. Oh. She just like anytime the shark is near, Ellen is just like perked up like a fucking dog that like heard something.
Yeah, it's like the shark has a dog whistle. As long as it's within apparently, I mean, what, hundreds of miles?
She was on a different island of the Bahamas from where her son.
They flew there. They had to fly there.
Mm-hmm.
They took a ferry and then they flew there. And the shark entered international waters, I would assume. And she was where when she was just like... It's here.
And then Hoagie's like, Ellen, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Something's wrong. No, I'm dancing.
Right.
Come on. I'm dancing.
So
and he's like, listen, I'm going to dance with you too. But you need to get over it.
You got that crazy look in your eye, but fuck your son. Just fuck me instead. Remember my plane? It's not mine. You want to go to the craps table? I'm really good.
I got 2 Bahama mamas waiting there for us.
like as soon as that shark entered within like 100
yeah, dude,
miles, she
it
just
happens at least 3 different times in the movie where something is happening with the shark. It's either just like when it first enters the fucking Bahamas, she knows about it.
Perks up.
When it like attacks Michael at one point, she knows about it, and then when it's about to attack her granddaughter, she's like
hones in,
and then everyone can see from like they show the perspective of everyone from the beach, like when whatever the fuck, what is the daughter's I don't remember the daughter's name. Is it Leah or something? Oh, it's Thea.
Thea. I was like, it has a T.
And Thea's on the fucking banana boat, and they show the perspective from like Ellen on the beach, and it has I don't know yards, but it's a lot of yards, and you can't even fucking see the fin, and everyone's freaking out on the beach. They're like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And you can't even see the shark yet. I'm like, what the fuck are you freaking out about?
She passed on her sixth sense. You didn't know? You didn't catch on to that part?
Everyone has it now?
Yeah. I think she sent it to the weird fake shark statue that just,
and then it reverberated
with the island. Everyone's like, well, fuck, there's probably a shark here. Yeah. I've got it. I heard it.
That actually...
I can fucking smell it again.
That would make more sense than what happened in the actual film.
Oh my god. Yeah, that killed me. The fact that they went for a plane ride to go to that other island to go to the party, her and fucking Alfred, and that's when Michael gets attacked on the barge. And she they do the whole fucking zoom in when Chief Brody's sitting on the beach and sees it, except she doesn't see it because it's fucking nowhere near her.
Yes.
That's what it made me think of. That same zoom-in scene, except she, out of one of those 3 times, actually sees it.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Anyways. Yeah, that Sixth Sense killed me.
Yeah, that thing was just the honestly, out of all the dumb bullshit in this movie, that's just one of the things, you didn't... Nowhere in any of this, so much of this other stuff I feel like is they shot themselves in the foot with editing and shooting and writing and stuff like that. But you did not, in the editing room, don't show that. Yeah. Cut that out. Yeah. You don't need to, even if you shot it and be like, you know what? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That does not, and you don't need it.
Yeah. Aggressively unnecessary.
You cut out fucking 6 goddamn frames from your film. Yep. And you don't lose anything. If anything, you make it better. I don't know.
And that whole thing ties in huge towards the tail end when she's having the flashbacks that don't exist.
Yes. The stuff that she was
a part of.
Yeah.
Nowhere near, especially nowhere, didn't have it from that perspective.
Yeah.
They're selling these flashbacks like fucking Chief Brody's sniping at her.
Yeah.
Or that she was there when her son Sean died, which was...
Yeah, that's the thing. You could make the argument that that Martin Brody went home and told his wife all about everything that happened on that boat.
Why not? Okay, use that.
And he's like, and you know what I said? You know, babe, you're gonna love this. You know what I said? Yeah. As he was coming at me, you know what I said? I said, smile, you son of a bitch. She's like, no, you didn't. I did. I did.
Fucking said, I told that shark that. It fucking heard me. No one else was around, but I did it.
And then I missed 6 more shots, but then
the gun jammed. I shit myself actually. And it fucking exploded. Actually, I don't know what happened there, but
God, yeah. Can you imagine trying to tell your spouse that? Yeah, no, I said that. If it was me telling Celeste, she'd be like, "That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard."
You're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Who was listening to that line? Yeah. Who was around?
Yeah. How long was your boat ride back to pick that one up? Fucking moron.
You couldn't have come up with anything better to tell me in the time that... but I digress.
She would roll away from you. No sex would have been done.
Babe, I killed a fucking shark. Don't care. I mean, cool, babe. Good job.
Yeah, you did.
You did good.
Go, big, strong man. Mm-hmm. Go, big boy. See you in the morning. Yeah. My big man in the morning. Big shark killer boy. Mm-hmm. Good night. That's what happened.
Oh, God. Now I just want to know what happened after Jaws. Like, so interesting.
That alone would have been a better movie.
Oh, God. Just, so much better.
Just the aftermath. Just the whole scene of him telling that story would have surpassed this.
But you can make the argument that he told her all of that.
Okay.
So maybe she'd be like, yeah, this is what happened.
Right.
Still preposterous. Now, she had no idea what it was like when her son was killed.
No.
None whatsoever. Because there was no one around to tell that story.
And they totally jump past, like, isn't it, what is it, the ferry pulling away when they show the log that's washed up with, like, a tooth sticking out of it, which they never touched on.
Yeah.
Thought it was, like, arguably one of the best scenes in the fucking movie.
Yeah, that cool little, like pan down to, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a cool moment. And that, like, arguably, like, one of the only times in that film where they do a decent job of building some suspense. Yeah. You know, just like, oh yeah, this is, you know.
And they'd already fucked it up. I saw the whole entire shark's freaking butt cheeks by that time. The movie was over by the time they got to the cool scene.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's just some Harry Potter bullshit. And Lord.
I think another thing, I didn't have this written down, but like talking about this and obviously watching the movie, like this is something that kept on coming back to me. Like there only 2 people die in this movie. Sean and the gal on the banana boat.
No, that's true. Huh?
Those are
There's just a bunch of attack scenes, but no one dies.
Yeah, I mean...
A lot of people get it... Oh, not a lot either.
No.
It just shows up a handful of times, but no one dies.
Yeah, and I mean, really, like, Jake is the only person who, like, gets attacked and survives.
Yep.
But he was originally supposed to die, too, so...
Despite what looks like gallons of blood in the water.
Dude, he's being shredded. Like, the thing has a hold of him by his fucking chest, and it's taking him underwater. I'm like, if he doesn't die from fucking blood loss, he's gonna die from drowning.
The only way they could have salvaged that when he floats up would have been, like, him cracking a joke, and then revealing that it was just, like, his torso.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing that would have fucking made sense.
Yeah.
The shark's like, God knows how big in that scene when it's just taking him underwater. Dude. And it's like, all right, homie had some good one-liners. He's gone.
Yeah.
Had to be somebody, because Michael Caine is apparently a fucking Navy SEAL as well. Because he was underwater for a fucking minute and a half and then just pops up on the side of the boat and is like, give me a hand. Like, oh, thought you had it under control.
Yeah, I wonder what he did underwater with that shark.
It attacked his boat and took the whole fucking plane. Or boat. It attacked his whole plane and took it underwater.
Yeah.
And like within 45 seconds, he's on the side of the boat like, hey, pull me up, fuckers.
He theoretically could have gone out the other door. There would be another door on the plane, right?
Sure.
So, maybe that's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, the kill count in this movie is like
embarrassingly low for how
and
aggressive
it's
they bring
it's
the
the
shark on.
one and only Jaws movie that is rated PG-13. The rest of them are rated P-fucking-G.
Oh, that's awesome. I should know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe too intense for younger children.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not wrong.
No, definitely not wrong. And this one's PG. Well, dude,
because by this point they had that rating. Like before there was G for general audience,
Oh, that's right.
PG for parental guidance, and R. So for restricted.
Sure.
And then
Then they broke it out a little.
yeah, it was after Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh, that's right.
Where they wanted to give that movie an R, and Steven Spielberg was like, well, I understand it's not PG, but it's definitely not an R movie, so maybe we can put something in between, and that's how you get
rightfully so.
the PG-13. Okay. So, but I mean, in my mind, like, Jaws is an R-rated movie. I don't know any other way about it. I've seen less bloody movies that were rated R.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the way they got around it with the ratings board was that they said it's not like someone going around killing people. It's like a natural thing where like sharks do attack people.
Okay.
And so it's not like
Shallows rated
PG-13.
That's bullshit. It's horrifying.
Yeah, well, that is a very up until the end of The Shallows.
Yeah.
That's a pretty realistic like take on a great white like stalking, like the way, because the whale's there and everything. It's like that's its source of food, and it feels like threatened and whatnot. So like that actually kind of works. The ending gets a little bonkers and a little over the top, but
that's true. I've only seen that once. And
The Shallows is a good fucking shark movie.
It really is. I enjoyed it. It was terrifying. That's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never surfed again.
Yeah, it was probably the last time, actually. When did that come out?
Like 2016?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that adds up. Checks out. Let's see if I have anything on my... Oh, I didn't like the dreams. All the dream fake outs. It was just so...
Oh, yeah.
Just so, like, every time both you and I are like...
Those were like the kill scenes that never actually happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they got around it.
Yeah, with like Ellen being like attacked in the water. Like you made a good point. Like she's out in the water, like after she told everyone not to go in the water. You're like, what the fuck is she doing in the water? And I'm sitting there trying to defend it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to overcome her fear. I don't know.
Overcome her fear in fucking Indiana. Like, what the hell is she doing out just like breaststroking around out there, dicking around in the ocean?
And then immediately gets attacked. I'm like, this is not how I remember this movie going. I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely a dream. Yep. And then Michael has a dream too about being attacked by a shark, and
like once or twice. After he gets attacked.
Yeah,
or sees it.
I didn't like those. It just
that's annoying.
Any time when you have to like really kind of like trick your audience into like trying to scare
really
them.
Gotta force it in there.
It just it feels
like,
so.
Remember, this is a scary movie. Look.
Yeah, it feels so bland, and just you just feel like, what the fuck, man? Like, if you do your job good, you don't have to do that shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a fucking dream sequence. Oh, this fucking red dye.
I have written here, and I can't even think of what it is in. Oh no, that's what it was. It was the mime scene. I have just the dinner table scene. That's what I have written down, and that's what that was.
Another thing that was killing me was that they're constantly on a sailboat and just running the motor.
They don't use their fucking sails. Yeah.
They're like, we're chasing a shark. It's getting away from us. Fucking crank the engine. And I'm like, you have like what looks like a 40-foot sailboat or something. I don't know boats that well, but at least had 2 sails on it. I'm like, throw those bitches up. Let's go. Like, maybe
they were going against the wind.
Sure. Okay. Right.
If I could play devil's advocate for a moment.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll buy it.
That would be the only thing that you could use to justify that.
Well, they better be going against the wind in every fucking scene, because I never saw a sail.
Yeah. There's definitely a point where like they're like stressing out about how their engine's not running, and I'm like, well.
Oh yeah. That was a big one.
Well. Turn your boat and throw up your sails if you got to.
Well, everyone but Ellen was trying to get away from the shark at that point. They're like, we're taking it on water. Turn the fucking engine off.
Yeah. Yeah, throw up the fucking sails, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
yeah, you're a fucking pilot.
I mean, we could go on and on about how bad the writing is in this
Sure.
movie. I feel like, you know, we wouldn't cover any new ground. To me,
Yeah.
really what is interesting is just like how you could get so many people like people who have arguably had to do a good enough job up until this point at making film,
Yep.
to be able to be a part of a big production like this. How you could get so many people to just fucking fuck it up, man.
Oh yeah.
Like across the board, damn near every person in this movie that is associated with this movie, like everything in this film is bullshit. It's bad. It's not a good movie.
Yep. Or either gave up or just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned it before, Michael Caine never saw it, right?
Yeah.
Or at least not for a very long time.
Yeah, never saw it, you know. I can't blame him, you know.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to? You know, he definitely had some issues, like, while he was filming it, too, that I read that, you know, who could blame him?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the thing. Jesus.
It's just like one of those things where you're just like, I don't know, man. I just don't know how you fall so fucking far from basically what I personally consider to be the best movie of all time. You know? Jaws.
Oh.
Jaws. Yeah.
This one.
That one. Sorry. It's probably not obvious. I need some more stuff up.
I think you need to post some more pictures.
Yeah.
You should get some more, like, do they sell, like, Jaws boxer briefs? Like,
yeah, I should, and maybe post a picture of that. Show my love for it.
I think we're getting onto something here. I think we might have found your audience. We got this.
Well, let's take a quick break, and then we will hop back to it, and we'll talk about the development of this film, everything that kind of went into the making of it, and what the differences are between the film and the book, which, spoiler alert, I like the book quite a bit. The book is actually pretty damn good.
I feel like that's a spoiler. I feel like that's
it would just not
surprise me
yeah.
at all after watching that. That was like an hour and a half I'll never get back.